it's fascinating how so much in business, in some ways, I'd say so much in life,
Oh,
is
yeah,
really just comes down to problem solving, right?
absolutely.
It's like, hey, I'm trying to better connect with my spouse, or my kids or my
Absolutely.
neighbor or business. It's like it's problem solving. There's a disconnect. How can I figure out where that is? How can I bridge that? And when you kind of just break it down to like its most basic, like in this case for solving these issues for efficiency for the studios, like you say, some of it is just starting with, geez, let's remove some complexity. Do we need
Oh, yeah.
17 steps? Well, we need 8. It'd be great if
Yep.
we could have 10, but no, we don't need 17, and like,
Yeah.
wow, right there, and on the encoding side, lots of room there for efficiency because over the
Oh,
years, as codec standards have gotten added, um, different encoders. In some cases, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 different encoders. I
yep.
also will not name the studio, but you know them very well. And I can recall just being I was speechless when I was in a senior director's office and there was a very old Mac computer on a cart. I don't even remember, it's a Mac 2 CX or what it was,
Oh,
but
wow.
it was old on a cart, and it clearly was being used because the keyboard, you could tell it's being used, but it was unplugged. And I'm a Mac fan, and so we started a conversation, and this person casually says, "Yeah, I don't use it that much. I don't even remember, but once a month, twice, every couple months, I fire it up because we have to create an encode of one format that only ran on that machine."
Yeah.
In this guy's
Yeah.
office. Now this was more than 10 years ago. And so I'm sure by now that Mac has been
Sure.
retired. And, but it was just like, I remember
Oh,
walking out, slapping my forehead going, this is this is the one of the biggest, we all watch and love their content, and there's something they deliver and it's on a cart in somebody's office. And that's the machine, that's used to encode. So yeah, it's
yeah.
fascinating.
It
Why
it
don't we
is.
talk about because a lot of our audience are involved in the encoding side of the workflow, and so they're kind of waiting for, okay, so how do the studios make decisions on encoders, and so I am curious, for most of your clients, are they coming to you with a prescribed, hey, we've chosen this software solution, or we're running this hardware, or in other words, they're sort of dictating to you what they've chosen, or are they sort of past that, and a lot of it is, look, we just need to validate the quality, and however you get there, it's up to you, or what does that look like?
That's a great question. It's a mix of both. Although the bigger studios have more of a, this is how things work and we can't change things because, this was decided by sort of a department or another
Yeah.
division. It's
Well,
like, this is how, yeah.
although the days of the golden eyes, I think have sort of gone away, but I remember very keenly the days where literally they were called golden eyes, and
Never heard
literally
of
they were the ones who could say pass or fail,
Yes.
So
So those people still exist and they still have influence, and they're actually they're great people. I've met a bunch of people at the
yeah,
studios who are
yeah,
in charge of sort of approving new workflows and,
yeah,
hey, this HDR, the SDR to HDR conversion is approved through the studio and things
yeah,
like that. So
right,
we do have lots of conversations like that. And there's lots of workflows that are sort of pre-approved, and then there's some considerations that come through, like legal considerations. Some of the studios own like parts of the H.264
yeah,
codec. So since they're a licensor, they're not going to use any of the Google, the VP,
yeah,
8 or 9. That's they're not allowed to, because that's against, even if it's a better choice for them,
yeah,
technically. So
yeah,
it's like everything else. You sort of have to understand what their specific situation is and why they are where they are and what they're
yeah,
trying to do, and then work around that. And mostly on the edges, you can just recommend, and they're always very amenable to the conversation. Like, oh, why would you choose this software instead of
yeah,
this software? We've used this forever. And you can just do a quick, well, here's why. And once you show them that the other way is more efficient and they save money, then they're like, oh, well, that's okay. That's
Makes
easy.
sense. Yeah.
So it's usually high level decisions around some
Yeah.
fairly big financial or legal or,
Yeah.
just high level quality stuff. But I've never felt like anyone was blocking us from having a good solution for
Mm-hmm.
silly reasons.
Yeah.
They're always, I think the days of them saying this is how we do it and there's no other way are over there.
Yeah.
They're learning that they've got to be flexible.
They need to,
You know,
yeah,
if
they
they're going to
need to
compete.
be flexible, and they need
Absolutely.
to, I agree. We certainly see that as well. Of course, we're very proud of the fact that our VPUs, the Quadra, our second generation, produces really stunning quality. Um, and can you beat it with a highly tuned, highly optimized software encoder? Absolutely, day and night. But that's a given because I have access to all of the knobs, and I can throw a ton of compute at it, and when you're not fixed function, you can do more, right?